Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'll be reviewing the Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch Professional 42mm with a stainless steel case and on a leather strap. Reference 310.32.42.50.01.002. I will tell you a little bit about the history of this watch. Then I'll tell you about where it stands in the lineup of other similar watches. Then I'll tell you about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet, movement, finally try it on to give you my thoughts. So let's just start with this little history. Oh, it's not a big deal. It was only worn to the moon 6 times on every single moon flight. Oh, no big deal. No, just kidding. That's the reason why it's called the Moonwatch, because it went to the moon. You know, it's also a manual wind watch, because when they first made this watch, they didn't know if having a rotor on the back of it, given that outer space is weightless, there's no gravity, that rotor would actually turn and wind the watch, so they made it a manual wind watch. And back in the 60s when it was created and it went to the moon, it's actually incredible to think that it even went to the moon, that they created this watch and more or less it's remained the same. Yes, they made some minor updates to it since that time. It looks the same, but of course there's been quite a few updates, and they actually still make one that looks just like the original. Actually, this one still looks like the original, but it has more of the updates, such as, which I'll go through later, but the crystal, the bezel has changed, the case is nicer, the movement also. A lot of things have changed and updated since, you know, the moon landing was in the 60s, right? So now we're in 2025 or 26. So it's a long time ago. It's more than 60 years ago, almost 70 years ago now. So it's been quite some time. They've made some updates, but it more or less looks the same. And that's sort of a testament to the longevity and design of this, that even though it's been such a long time, it's not changing the design. And I don't suspect that it will get any change in our lifetime. So yeah, a timeless watch. Okay, so that's just a little history. I'm not going to go into all the little details about it. It's not a history lesson. Now, where it stands in the lineup of other similar Speedmasters, Speedmasters. Well, the Speedmaster, as you can imagine, they make it a lot of different variations. Okay, the most common variation is their steel on black, which is what you see. They also make it with steel with white, which is a relatively new release. They also make it in other variations. They make it in 2 tones, steel and gold. They also make it in all yellow, rose gold. They also make it in all rose yellow gold. So, and they also even make it in platinum. So they have a lot of different variations. And of those yellow gold, rose gold, white gold, they got different variations of dial, strap, you know, etc., etc. So they have quite a few variations of this watch, and rightfully so. It's a very famous watch. Okay. All right. So with that said, let's talk about this one, since this is the one that we're looking at. Now, this one is on a leather strap. However, Omega also makes it on a steel strap. Now, the only difference between the steel strap one and this one is actually just the strap. So you could buy, for example, the steel one and buy a leather strap that goes with it, or vice versa. You could buy a leather strap version of this, which is the reference that we're looking at right now, and then you could buy a steel strap from Omega or from us, and the reference number from that would change that watch. Right now it's 310.32, etc., etc., and then it would change the reference to 310.30, 30 instead of 32 on the second number. Okay, not a big deal. I'm just telling you so that if you think, oh, I don't know, I'm not sure I want to buy this one. Well, you might want to buy one on a leather strap because maybe you want to wear it on leather or on NATO or whatever. So the strap doesn't change the watch; it just changes the strap. I guess that's a little bit obvious, but I'm just saying it anyways for those who might have questions about it. Okay, let's move on here and start talking about the watch itself, starting with the head of the watch. Now, here's the important part. I'm going to start talking about the dimensions. And I think that's quite important. The dimensions are 42 millimeters. Now, you might think that's kind of big. Watches between 40 and 44 are perfect for sports watches. This one definitely could be classified as that. It's 42 millimeters, so it's kind of on the medium to larger side of it. But check this out, the lug to lug. That means the most important metric, which is 12 to 6 o'clock, the longest distance across your wrist, is only 47.5. It's not any bigger than a Daytona. It's around the same size. So even though it's 42 millimeter, has a wide diameter of dial, the top to bottom dimension is not that big. because the lugs are short. The lugs are the thing that connect the bracelet to the head of the watch. And that's only 48 millimeters, which makes this watch, by the way, sit very nicely on most people's wrists and can be worn at a large number of wrists and still be very legible considering that it's 40 millimeters. The Daytona, if I'm being very honest, is a beautiful watch, but it looks a little bit crowded because it's 40 millimeter the diameter. But this one spreads it out to 42 millimeters, gives a little bit more space for the dial while still maintaining the same lug to lug, so that means it still maintains the same comfortability. Okay, the thickness is 13 millimeters, which is not too thick either, considering that it's a chronograph. Okay, and yeah, so quite nice. There you have it. And the case is going to have the signature look, which has a satin finish on the front portion of it with a very thick beveled edge, kind of like the Planet Ocean, but it's they didn't really change the look of this case, and it's, yeah. And let's look at the pushers here. Now they're using these really old school pushers, but it's old school, but still looks really nice. And this is the version that's been updated. They make another version, I think, with the older movement that is not as updated, but this one is very updated. It's as new as a 2026 watch can be with all the newest, latest technology. Okay, the case is done really nicely. The pushers, even though they look vintage, they feel not vintage. They feel modern, which is a good thing, which means they feel crisp. When I click it like this, it really clicks. You feel a really strong sound there, and it's quite nice. Okay, that's the case. And now let's look at the bezel here. The bezel here is a black bezel. It's quite a nice way to display it before. They use a anodized aluminum bezel. So they still use not a ceramic bezel, but an anodized aluminum, basically an aluminum bezel. But it's a thin bezel, and it's not very intrusive. And I think, it's quite nice. It doesn't move, but it helps you calculate speed. I don't exactly know how they calculate speed, but they do it somehow. Okay. Anyways, it looks pretty cool. And you have the tachymetric scale. Let's look at the dial here. That you have the tachymetric scale, which is basically the chronograph. It tells you on the right hand side is the minutes, running minutes. Left side is the running seconds. Not running seconds. Running seconds on the left. A minute counter on the right, and at the bottom is the hour counter. How many hours have elapsed? 12 hours. 1 through 12. Okay, and you have a start-stop button at the top right. And it's a very legible dial, all in black. So yeah, I would say it's quite nice. Let's look at the bracelet here. Now the bracelet here is going to be in this leather bracelet, but as I said, you can change it to a NATO strap, which means you can have a canvas strap if you want to have it more sporty, I suppose. And they have a lot of different colors on that, and you can buy that on Omega's website. Or you can have it on this leather, which is also pretty cool. Can be worn in a more dress type fashion, which I also think is nice. And has this nice deployment buckle, which I think adds some nice what would you say, classiness to it, as opposed to just a simple pin buckle. Okay, let's look at here at the movement. This is a really cool part. Actually, this movement is an updated movement from the other ones. This is a 3861, and this is a manual wind movement. Why is it so? Why do you need a manual wind? Well, I guess in outer space, whoever's going to go there, they won't have the luxury of having gravity. So gravity will not pull on the rotor, allowing the watch to wind, and therefore you would need a manual wind. So that is pretty cool. And having a manual wind, it also allows you to open up the movement so that there's no rotor blocking the visibility of this beautiful movement. And the result is what you see here. You get to see all the gears, the finishing, and everything. And it's one of their most beautiful movements. It's a 3861. It has a 50-hour power reserve, and it's manual wind. And you can see it. It even tells you it's the first watch to moon. So that's pretty cool. First watch that was worn on the moon. I mean, literally went there, right? Not this exact model, but the previous generation. So if you can imagine those other ones could make it, this one definitely could. So you don't have to be worried about, hey, can my watch make it to, whatever place? Well, it made it to the moon. I'm pretty sure it can go to wherever else you're going. All right, so look, time to try this watch on my wrist and give my thoughts. I'm quite a fan of the Omega Speedmaster. I think the Speedmaster and the Seamaster are the two biggest sellers from Omega. Omega does a great job of producing high quality watches at a reasonable price, and I say though with those two lines because it's important that they make watches that are affordable. Patek makes amazing watches, but they're for the most people not affordable, which is why we don't sell that many of them, or not nearly as many as we do Omegas or Rolexes. But they do a great job, Omega does, and they do it's a watch with a lot of history, versatility, can be worn in sports or dress. It can be worn up or down with its leather strap or steel strap. And it just looks a beautiful watch, and it has a lot of history behind it. Got a great resale if you buy it at the right price. So, by the way, if you want to buy it, you got to buy it at jazztime.com because that's where you get it the cheapest. The retail price is $8,600. We're selling it below retail, a lot below retail. How much? You got to click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.